Okay.
Oh, it's Thursday, Thursday, the day after Wednesday, Otis Day, my favorite day of the week. And only today can be even more special because we are blessed with two amazing guests. Sorry, I'm a little tongue-tied today. See, that's got my spirits going. I'm ready to roll. But before we do that, hello, nerds. Welcome to GeekBeast, part of the Geekish Network. This is your daily rundown of geek news from geeks that look like you, geeks that look like me, and geeks that look like our special guest here. I am your host, Sintel, for the evening, and I am here with Alexi. Oh my gosh, thank you for being here. It's been an absolute joy to watch you do your thing as a part of the Geekish Network. But I'm going to stop talking for you and stop geek-splaining unless you grab the mic. What's going on with you?
So if I'd been born a boy, my dad would have named me Thor.
Thor's Day!
Anyway,
hey.
Yeah, I had to toss that in there when you mentioned Thor's Day. Yeah, what's going on? I am preparing for the upcoming mermaid season. Is one of the things I do as a multidisciplinary artist is I kind of combined one of my favorite workouts, swimming slash teenage summer things, lifeguarding, with my nerdy geeky love of mermaids and all that kind of mythology, and I've just been investing in mermaid tales. There's a market for it out there, guys. Have prepared to have your mind blown if you are not aware. I know
of it. Like, did you make your own mermaid tale?
Oh, I wish. There are a lot of people who do. I have the access to the sewing machines. Yeah. I don't. My seamstressing skills, it would take me longer in like my hourly rate for myself than it would to hire somebody else. There's a lot of really amazing designers who have non-sweatshop workshops out there that I love to support. Mer Taylor, FinFolk, and FinFun. So they do a lot of great stuff.
Nice. Excellent.
A lot of empowering people.
Okay. Yo, and who you heard with that amazing voice, Jefferson. Yo, welcome to the neighborhood. I'm so happy to have you in the sandbox, man.
Thank you so much.
What's going on with you?
Not much. Just honestly, ready for the weekend. I haven't touched my PS4 in like a week or two.
This makes the heart grow fonder.
I know. Yeah. I just wanna play something. But yeah, like I'm here right after work. And yeah, I'm down to chill and talk.
Oh, excellent. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, so if you happen to be new to the show, we cover the Geek News Beat and we share our opinions with you. It's always something jumping off on Twitter. The Geek News is always rich and thorough. Like I said, I'm your host, so let's go ahead and get this bad boy started. First up on deck, are either of you tabletop players, tabletop gaming, fans of things like Dungeons and Dragons?
Enough of my close friends are that I'm marinated in it and happy to be.
How about you,
I've never been geographically desirable for any kind of team.
Geographically desirable? Where are you at?
Well, I used to be like an hour out of the main area of Los Angeles, and now I am 5 hours out of Denver.
Oh my God. Oh,
Welcome,
okay.
welcome to Colorado.
I like to Obi-Wan it up.
I'm sure like if you find like a comic store or like a gaming store in Denver, then I'm sure you'll find like some like D&D group there.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sure there would be. I'm sure there would be if I wanted to drive an hour to Grand Junction, but I don't know if I want to be in that room.
Do either of you have a favorite character to play as? If that is like your bag, if that's the thing that you like.
Yeah,
getting into.
I've always been so close to playing D&D. Like I've had friends would same. Yeah, okay. See, like they would offer me to play, and like I'd be like, yeah, sure, I'm down. But then it never happens. And I finally work at a place that has a D&D show, and it's like, it's not gonna happen here either because I ain't cool enough.
Oh, hold on. Wait a second. You work at a place that has a D&D show? Like my antenna just went up.
Yeah.
What level, what manner
D&D
of coolness
close.
is this?
That's like planning a trip somewhere close. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. And so like I haven't had anybody who's within like striking distance that it has my same schedule that is like D&D close. All my D&D close people are off schedule from me. And I feel like that's probably how it is for you too. But I've always been particularly interested in tieflings.
Tieflings, is that like they're like elf-ish, right?
Elfish.
Elf-ish. Demonic-ish, right?
Demonic elfish.
Yeah. Those,
Sort of.
yeah. I know of them. Yeah, I've always been so close to like playing a game, like one shots, something from the cyberpunk universe, not even like Dungeons and Dragons adjacent. But yeah, like never happened. But I'm hoping that day will come someday. because like what was it? Like there is a new Power Rangers like role-playing game coming out soon that's just like a tabletop game. And I'm like, yo,
Really?
I want that. I want that to happen. I want that. I'll even if I do it myself. Yeah.
That's fun.
Oh, yeah. I need to have my own Zord on that. But hey, but before I get off into my own Power Rangers dreamscape, you said something earlier that was very fascinating. You said you work around Dungeons and Dragons. How does that happen? What's going on with that?
That's fun.
I work at G4 TV.
Love.
Do tell.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. I'm a PA there. Sometimes I like show up in the skits for X-Play, if you know what X-Play is.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I remember G4 when it during its first go round, and I loved it. I was absolutely obsessed with it. And now I actually, know somebody that's a part of that culture as well. Yo, that sounds awesome.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, they usually just get like celebrities for the D&D thing. So it's like, nah, I'm not cool enough. I hate anything.
Oh, I don't believe that at all. But you did do a really good segue for what this news bit is about to be about. And that is you are in the world of TV, and Dungeons and Dragons is trying to expand themselves into the world of television and movies. Red Notice and Skyscraper writer, director, Rashawn Miller Thurber, I think I've pronounced his name correctly, is in the early stages of developing a Dungeons and Dragons television series. So Thurber is set to write and direct a pilot for the series, though there is no confirmation on where the project's focus will ultimately lie. Now, this is kind of like right in line with Critical Role's new project that they have on Amazon Prime called The Legend of Vox Machina. It's looking like D&D culture is in animation now. Now we're jumping into television shows as well. Are we ready for this?
It's exciting. Like after that last, like, what is it? Like that movie from the 90s when that happened? That lame ass movie from the 90s.
Yeah,
I
know what you're talking about.
Reboot. Another try.
How about you, Lex? You jumping on that? Is this a little too much, or are we right on time with this?
I think that I would have been anxious before I saw The Witcher. Which is not a tabletop, but it's a book turned video game. And so seeing how malleable that kind of story is, that kind of quest format is in general, it's not a group thing, but I'm thinking of people's interest in that kind of aesthetic crossed with people's interest in a quest format, crossed with people going, oh, this is something that I have never heard of, or I haven't been interested in, or, oh, it's a video game, or it's something nerdy, some format I might not have been interested in before. I think people might be very interested in it. I know it's kind of an ABC jump, but I see there being potential if they don't. I see there being potential if they, as Ron Swanson would say, whole ass it.
Well, you said something really interesting regarding like the different mediums that some of these can be on, and it's not just going to be on the television medium as well. There's a Dungeons and Dragons movie written and directed by Jonathan Goldstein and John Francis DeLay. So the duo behind Game Night, man, that's a name that you don't really hear get thrown around a lot. Game Night, it was a half decent film, and it's already in the can. So Chris Pine is set to be the lead, cast with Bridgerton's Reggae Zone Page, that handsome bastard. He's way too handsome for his own good. Fast and the Furious Michelle Rodriguez, which, I mean, we just got done seeing her do a legendary role with Ahsoka. No spoilers. And Paddington 2's Hugh Grant in the mix. So this is a handsome, sexy cast for some Dungeons and Dragons.
Very smooth. I see what they're going for, and I'm not mad. I'm not mad. All right.
Isn't Rosario Dawson Ahsoka?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. It is Rosario Dawson. Michelle Rodriguez is Fast and the Furious. You are absolutely right. Thank you for checking me.
I should have been the one to catch that, but I applaud you.
Well, she's still a very, you know,
I was like, does she do mocap that I don't know about? Is she doing a mocap thing? Like, I'm here racking my brain trying to figure out what part of Ahsoka she could be functioning as.
Yo, I know sorry.
Ahsoka mocap is different. No,
I got excited. I got excited because you know that character, you know, pops up from time to time. So yeah, I've still got it on my brain. Yeah, Ahsoka, God, I love her. She's absolutely amazing. Hey, but you know what? Speaking of lost streams, Facebook lost users for the first time ever. So the company revealed in its latest financial results that it lost 1 million daily users, dropping to 1.9 billion in the 3 months leading into December. So they went from 1.9 to the end of the previous quarter. So the stock plummeted as well, 25% as a result. Ooh, removing around $230 billion of the company's value at the end of the trading day. Ooh, that's pretty big.
So can Mark Zuckerberg go and friend Tom from MySpace and get some advice on like losing friends?
Every friend helps, right? Every friend counts.
He'll have one more friend and a lot of insight on the human condition, because I'm not sure how much Mark Zuckerberg has.
I feel like it's time for it to go. I mean, like, I'm not on Facebook anymore, and I feel like its lifespan is just about there. I don't think the metaverse is going to actually change the game in any sort of way for Facebook.
They want it to real bad.
They really do. They're trying.
I don't think I need it at all. No, I don't need it at all.
Yeah.
And the only reason I have Facebook anymore is because as like independent artist, it's one of the easiest ways to put up an event.
Sure.
As soon as somebody comes up with another event sharing platform, they're toast.
Yeah.
Hear that, guys? Yeah. Some voter out there. You hear that?
I feel like there's something out there.
We're begging you.
As some phone app. I'm pretty sure I can't think
but of one. Jefferson, I agree with you about metaverse. Like it's so underwhelming though.
I don't need an experience like Ready Player One. Like, I'm good.
Yeah, I don't need that. That's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, so we're trying to Ready Player One this shit.
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing that up. Thank you.
Well, Facebook's company has renamed and rebranded themselves to Meta to accompany a lot of other individual products as well. That includes WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook Messenger as well. And I wouldn't be surprised that they have some other irons in the fire, including the Oculus, which you were talking about, to enclose everybody into this metaverse. But do you think if Facebook falls, everything else falls? Or can the other properties that Meta owns survive?
The cynical part of me says that people make too much money off of the other properties individually to let them die at first, and we'll see which ones stick around and morph.
Honestly, that is the take. Like, all those other things that like are under the Facebook umbrella are already like juggernauts in their own way that like what Lexi said.
No.
It'll be Hunger Games for platforms.
Oh man, Hunger Games. Those are cold, horrible, terrible deaths. Kind of like what's about to happen to the ISS, the International Space Station. NASA has planned details to retire it, and not just retire it, but deliberately crash it into the Pacific Ocean as well. So the correct term for crashing spaceships into the ocean is scuttling, apparently. And this is scheduled to happen when it turns 30. So they made it official this week. Yeah, right. They said the operations will last until 2030, but no further. And upon retirement, the base station will perform a controlled, I love how they say that, a controlled re-entry and crash into a remote part of the Pacific Ocean known as Point Nemo. Isn't that just cute?
Okay,
so
but can I, but that actually, I don't want to be retired at 30, but can I decide for that as my end? I want to go out that way. That sounds pretty good.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, you know, where they say, was it live hard, live fast, die young, and leave a good-looking corpse, right? Something old rock and roll saying.
But also, we've all seen kaiju movies. What the hell are you doing, crashing it into the ocean?
Oh, there we go. That part.
That's so weird. That's all I was thinking too. Like Cloverfield.
Thank you.
Yeah, like I was just thinking of Cloverfield. Like
I feel validated.
There's a
and go ahead.
They're gonna awaken a monster in real life at some point.
Yeah.
And that monster is going to be called Nemo, in case you haven't paid attention, because it's going into Point Nemo. And we're going to have a radioactive rainbow clownfish on the loose, ladies and gentlemen. Hollywood couldn't write a better script. Hey, if they can crash the moon into the earth, we can have a radioactive, fire-breathing rainbow fish, clownfish too. A big shout outs to the chat. Yo, thank you all for bopping in. Yo, Defunk is saying game night is so underappreciated. Yes, it is one of those movies that nobody really talks about, but everybody loves, right?
Well, I had low expectations watching that. I thought it was gonna be like kind of like that movie Tag that was not great. Do you remember Tag? Yeah,
I do remember that. It's like a bunch of grown men still playing tag, right? Trying to like hold on to
it. Kind of like that, but it was like, yo, hold on. Game night was actually like pretty entertaining. Like there was like not only like a pretty like how do I put this? Like the premise was like pretty engrossing with that. Like it's these people like just gathering around to like have a game night, but like but then some shit happens. And it was not bad. Like
no, I certainly enjoyed it. Yeah, man, I gotta give it another run because it's been so long. I think somebody dies in it too, or somebody gets shot. I do remember something like that happening. Yeah. Hey, so you know, Sony has been making a whole lot of money. I think Spider-Man, what is it? No Way Home is at like 1.4 billion worldwide. Maybe I think it's like 1.6 billion like worldwide. Sony's making a killing.
Wouldn't be surprised.
That an indie
Sony. Right. Sony also just made a really big acquisition with Bungie, so they're spending money like it's nobody's business. They also have a contract that they have to maintain with the Spider-Verse as well. They have to keep dropping content, and Sony's not disappointing. So Dakota Johnson is scheduled to play Madam Web in the Sony universe.
Is that confirmed?
Yeah, so far, at least according to the interwebs.
I was expecting someone a little bit older. Like Meryl Streep.
Yeah, there's like different versions of Madam Web, right?
Yes,
okay.
There's like, oh, she gets some transfusion of energy and she gets some youth back, and then she gets in a fight and loses it, and then she says like she goes back and forth. So my guess is that they will get the timeline and we'll probably see her in some age makeup at some point just for some back and forthing. I mean I would imagine they'll do that. Like if she's a character that goes back and forth and they're getting the younger version, then they'll maybe include a couple of older age portions, or maybe that's how she ends the movie. But it would be very interesting because what little I know about the character, she's like connected to the like kind of more obscure Spider Women group.
Right.
And then they've been generating interest with that, with bringing in Gwen Spider-Verse.
Right. I want to see Gwen.
Did any of you
Gwen
play
film so bad.
Did any of you play Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions on back in the PS3 days?
I'm not cool enough.
Vaguely remembered it.
Vaguely remember it? She was like the glue to all that. Like she was
Mhm.
like the connection to Miguel O'Hara,
You're right.
Spider-Man Noir, regular Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man. She was like the reason why they got together. I think this is just
Now I gotta go get that.
right. Yeah, no,
Got that PS.
really good game. I think this is like Sony's like
Thank
way
you.
of like doubling down on that Spider-Verse. They
Right.
like,
I'm not
know,
mad about it. I'm very happy about it.
yeah, same. I think like they know that like this is now a hot ticket item for them.
Man,
Yes.
I really want to put together a Spider-Gwen suit and do aerial circus in it.
Oh hell yeah!
Who would you
with the Spider-Gwen suit?
do you have anybody have like a wish list for Gwen Stacy?
Oh, I kind of like I want Spider-Man Blue to be adapted. That's one of my favorite Spider-Man stories. It's about like Peter like mourning the loss of Gwen and like and how like that affected him. I kind of want to see like an adaptation of maybe Andrew Garfield could like cover that too. Like if there is that rumor that he is doing a third movie.
I just want him to sing now. Sorry.
Yeah, after Tick Tick Boom, yo, he has.
I was like, who's playing Jonathan Larson and why does he look like Andrew Garfield? Oh shit, you made me forget you were you. Good job, man.
Yeah. Oh, hey, well, there's also more additional good news regarding the Spider-Verse per se. So S.J. Clarkson, known for her work on Netflix darker Marvel series Jessica Jones, man, that first season Jessica Jones was bananas. And the MCU set spin-off The Defenders. Well, Defenders was just, it needs to be in the oven to cook a little bit more. Well, they have been hired to direct Madame Web's film. So Matt Sazama and Burke Sharpless, the duo behind Jared Leto's upcoming vampire chiller Morbius, which keeps getting pushed over and over and over again. Can Morbius please come out so we can, see what Jared Leto's chops are really about? Yo, the Spider-Verse is coming together quite handsomely. Somebody else who may not be so happy regarding all of the superhero business is Channing Tatum. He is still salty about his Gambit movie being shelved by the Disney Fox merger. So Channing Tatum, he revealed that his hopes of starring as X-Men member Gambit in a planned future movie was scrapped, and he's so hurt that he has boycotted all Marvel Avengers movies ever since. He said, once Gambit went away, I was so traumatized, I shut off my Marvel machine. I haven't been able to see any of the movies. He said, I love that character. It was just so sad. He said, it was like losing a friend because I was so ready to play him.
I resonate with the last part. I resonate with the last part. I mean, I was working on a production with one of the Pod Squadron hosts before COVID, and on our preview night, LA got the shutdown order. So we got our preview night, and that was our opening and our closing and our preview all in one. And so it felt like it did get, oh wow, yeah, you know what I mean? It felt like losing a friend. And now that I'm out in Colorado, I'm glad that they've had a chance to remount it now. So this actually has a happy ending. They've had a chance to remount it, and I'm out here in Colorado, so I wasn't able to be a part of the remount, but I get to go see it. So and support. So I'm glad they got to redo it. But it's like, I understand that feeling of, it's like when you put that much energy and heart into a script, a production, and a team, and kind of just have it axed. This is like losing a living family member. It's sad.
Or a part of you.
Yeah, it's hard.
I don't know if Fox. Yeah, Fox. I don't know if the X-Men Fox universe was there yet. Like they were about ready to be finished with that. Like how did it go?
Rude.
Like Dark Phoenix didn't go anywhere. New Mutants didn't go anywhere. I think Gambit can.
Deadpool did so well, and it's supposed to be kind of more of a Deadpool flavored.
Yeah, sure.
Offering, and then I feel like people would really like it.
Oh yeah, no, I'm saying like this Gambit movie could be retold into
I hope
whatever the
so.
next plans are.
That's
Whatever the
I
next
like
plans are for
that, Jefferson. I hope so. I hope you're right. I do. I hope you're right.
Yeah, me too. I think whatever happens in Multiverse of Madness, if the mutants really are in that movie, there's gonna that's
Please.
probably where we're gonna like gauge the interest on where these mutants can like be in the MCU.
Mm. I think Channing Tatum might have been a really good Gambit. Especially it was supposed to be like an R-rated version of Gambit as well. They were going to go the Deadpool route, and I do remember an interview where he was saying that he was going to make Gambit's character, because in the at least in the cartoon version, some of the comics that I read, Gambit had a bit of style with him. He had a presence, right?
He had some swag.
And
some
yeah.
attitude, dude.
Yeah, and Channing Tatum, he walks with it, he carries it, right? So it would have been cool to see what he would have brought to that character. And
it really would have. He would have. But finding out that he was ever attached to that, I was like, did not see it coming. Makes total sense. Doesn't always, it's like one of those things where you go, oh.
Like Idris Elba as Knuckles. Didn't know that was an option. Didn't know that was an option, but I'm glad it's
here. Yeah, nobody really saw that coming. Yeah, it's like,
nope.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll see how that works.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, our time is about coming to an end. I have had such a great time. It's always even more fun when you have more than just one special guest, and we got the double doozy. Thank you so much, Lexi Jefferson, for stopping in. So that's going to conclude the next new segment of our day today. Thank you for tuning in. Please let the people know your socials and how they can get in contact with you and all the projects that you're currently working on. If you want to disclose that, we'll start with you, Lexi.
All right, you can find me on Instagram at Feral Geek Aesthetic. I believe same on Facebook, and sometimes I even post. It's like it's like a treasure when you find it. You're like, wow, it's posted. The holiday. No subscription required.
Man, those are so rare nowadays. Hey Jefferson, what's going on with you?
I'm on every social media. I'm on everything like Twitter, Instagram as Jeffersaurus. That's JEFFERSAWRUS. And what's coming up next week on G4? There's a big video coming up that I was involved in. It's coming up Wednesday. Just stop by the channel on Wednesday morning. It might have something to do with a spiky haired anime. I don't want to say too much. Spiky haired anime like protagonist that has something to do with Disney. That's all I can say. I probably said too much.
Oh, okay. All right. Inquiring minds like myself.
That's fun.
Are definitely gonna check for that. Yo, that's what's
fun.
Up. Shout out to Digital Click for all the creative you provide. Hey, so if you want to look good and have some swag while you're doing it, call Digital Click. You see this border that's going all around here, all this beautiful lettering, all this beautiful graphic design. Digital Click provides it. And to quote one of my favorite athletes of all time, Deion Sanders, he says, "Listen, when I look good, I play good, and when I play good, I make money. Listen, when we look good, we give you a good show, and when we give you a good show, you come back for more. If you want that kind of feeling, make sure you reach out to Digital Click." Let's see, GeekBeast is now on podcast as well. So if you missed our live streams, don't worry about it. You can listen to us the following day on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Subscribe and leave us a review. Those reviews go a huge, long way. And of course, if you're watching this on the YouTubes, hit that subscription button. If you haven't done it yet, you do it right now. I'm looking at you. Hit the subscription button, and of course, give us those thumbs up, because that's how the algorithm knows you're digging what we are giving you. If you're watching this on Facebook /Geekest Network, you can catch us there. And also, Twitch is still alive and viable, and we still have a footprint there as well. But we're doing a lot of game streams, a lot of charity streams, cooking streams as well. So please consider subscribing to that channel. And if you have Amazon Prime, you can link to us using your account, sub to us using your Prime Gaming. It costs you nothing, not one thing, but it helps us out tremendously. We got crosstalk coming up because I believe we have the lovely Ladies of Origins Illustrated coming up on deck. In case if you haven't checked out Origins Illustrated and you are a fan of comic book culture, told from a very, 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 very knowledgeable source. Yo, these ladies will put you in the right direction. Catherine and Courtney are rounding third right now. They're about to head home.
Love.
Oh, there we go. There are resident experts. Hey, how are you all doing this evening? Welcome.
Doing great.
Isn't on.
Oh no.
Huh. Hi.
Okay, well, while you kind of sort that out, we had a little bit of some comic book news that graced our desk. I'm absolutely curious as to what you all think about it. So Dakota Johnson is set to play.
I don't have any
Madam.
sound.
Oh, she can't hear.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Hear her. That's a start.
Hello.
Oh, so you can't hear us still?
I can hear you now. I don't know. Something
Okay.
was happening with my microphone. It wasn't registering.
What is a day without having a little bit of technical difficulty? You know, it's one of those. Live.
Yeah.
Hold for sound.
Rama has joined us as well.
Hi.
He is the third musketeer of Origins Illustrated. Hey, ladies, we had like a small bit of comic book news that graced our desk, and Dakota Johnson is set to play Madam Web in the Sony universe. So, how are we feeling about this? Is it a good thing? How is this Spider-Verse expanding to your liking?
Dakota Johnson. Wait, Dakota Johnson, is that the same little girl that was in Twilight and like
No, she was in 50 Shades of
50
Grey.
Shades of Grey, which I didn't even see. I'm really glad that this will be my first introduction to her.
Oh yeah, she was in 50 Shades. Sorry, no.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, here's the thing. The controversy is interesting because I don't know how I feel. I don't want her to be Madam Web just because I don't trust her chops. I don't think she's gonna bring it, but it has nothing to do with her not being an actor who is blind. That doesn't as an actor, you're trained. The problem is that it comes down to this whole name concept.
Mm-hmm.
And as an actor, you're trained. I don't necessarily know that part really affects me more so than the ageism. I resonate with the ageism
Yeah.
because Madam Web, the original Cassandra, what's her name, it was old, and then the new one, Julia, she took over, and that storyline, she was younger. So they're going on like a hybrid, from what I read, they're going a hybrid of those two characters. I think everyone remembers Madam Web as older, and I think that they should go with that one. I would love to see like Judi Dench come in and like,
that would be so
you know what I mean? Like bum rush this role. But again, there's the challenges for
there's so
the
many
public.
This is for Into the Spider-Verse. That's what it is?
No, it's for live action for Sony. This is for a live action movie.
No, they keep going younger with they did that also to his aunt, I guess.
Yes, that's also part of the controversy.
Well, I think they're doing it on purpose. I think they're trying to cater to like a teenage audience or something like that, because everything about this movie is like 10 years younger than all the other Spider-Man movies.
Teenagers think 50's ancient, so
exactly.
Yeah.
He ain't lying.
Trying to get that sex appeal too. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, like they're trying to change it up in terms of like the way we see 50, you know, because Marissa Tomei actually is 50, you know. So it was I was okay with her. It took me a minute. I was like, oh, Aunt May is kind of fly.
It's like each Spider-Man version, it gets younger and younger.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, how does everybody else feel about the casting controversy?
I
wanted Meryl Streep. That was she was my fan cast.
Thank you. Yeah, because my whole thought was I've never seen 50 Shades of Grey. I'm not gonna judge based on that, but I don't, like you said, I don't know what her chops are, and I think it would have been an even more fun opportunity to cast somebody like Meryl Streep, Judi Dench, and then cast a younger counterpart. Who cares if people know it's two different actresses? People do that on stage all the time. The point is being able to capture the same character, and they can do that with makeup, you know?
Yeah, I also wonder too if like this is like a long-term play, like with Tobey Maguire and even Andrew. I feel like you could only do so many movies before it's just not cute anymore in terms of age-wise. So like maybe they're like, okay, let's do much younger because we anticipate Madam Web being in the
Harry Potter it.
Yeah, like Harry Potter it kind of a thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Definitely
That's me being very optimistic.
Like going back in time and pulling out an older Adam Webb.
That's a solid optimistic take.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like there's a disconnect in terms of like reality TV versus fictional storytelling, because even in casting, a few times for 911, they would say we want actual firefighters for this role, and my point is actual firefighters have jobs. They're firefighters. I mean, yes, there are some that are volunteer firefighters. So, okay, cool. Those guys that are, actors as well. But then they say like, oh, I want a real nurse. Nurse has a job. So there's this disconnect. People expect to have like that real person, because on reality TV, those are real people that have actual occupations. But we're actors, and this is, not to quote Team America, but we act. You know what I mean? Like we act. Like that's what actors do. So
just get some people who are going to do their proper research.
Yeah, because there's not a problem with Charlie Cox coming back for Daredevil.
All right, and before we go on to Charlie Cox tangent, because I will happily jump in 2 feet because I'm a super fan. We're gonna have to close out this crosstalk, but before we do, let's go ahead and give some of our viewers a taste of what we will be talking about this evening, ladies. What is going to be one of the topics of discussion?
Well, we're have a backlog of discussions since we've been on the scene for a while. So we're going to be hitting up both Eternals and Hawkeye. Doing a review on both.
Okay. We heard it here first. We are going to take about a 5 to 10 minute break. Please stay tuned because you do not want to miss this amazing content. I promise you, you're going to love the perspective. Thanks for tuning in. And my man upstairs, take us out, man.